Okay, so based on what, just yes or no, you fucking spineless f***, do you think I should be arrested?
I just told you. You should be in jail based on you saying that you that girl.
Then why don't you call the cops?
Bro, listen, like that's such a stupid argument, bro, because one,
The girl, you fucking spineless liar.
Listen, bro, listen.
You're so full.
How do you know that story is true? You're a pathological liar. Like, come on, bro. Your attraction to 12-year-olds is not nuanced, bro. That's a sick shit.
Do you think if I say, like, I think Brad Pitt is a good-looking guy, do you think that, or if I say he's kind of hot, do you think that means I'm bisexual?
Again, if you are attracted to, like, Brad Pitt, then you're a bisexual.
Yeah, but I didn't say I'm attracted to kids. I said in this movie, when they were wearing makeup and twerking, they were kind of hot and it was uncomfortable. Don't you think the only reason that's an interesting thing to say is if you're not a pedophile?
But why was you uncomfortable? Again, because you watched this movie and had this sexual attraction to these 10 or 12-year-old girls who were gyrating their hips. Me personally, I wouldn't watch Cuties and look at 12-year-old girls like shaking ass and feel like, damn, bro, like they're fucking hot.
Hot definitely is not a word I would ever use to describe it, because hot is a judgment call. It's like if there's a dude in a G-string with a six-pack dancing here and I say he's hot, okay, fine, but that means that's a judgment call on my part.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean
personally,
that
I would
doesn't
not
mean
find that hot.
Him though.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, I guess I could say he's hot in the sense of like me making the assumption that women or people who are attracted to men would think he was hot.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say, oh, you're hot, because I am not personally attracted to them. The same reason if I watch Cuties, I assume that hot is not a word I would ever think to use to describe a bunch of people I'm not attracted to.
I don't want to be like kind of like unfair to him, right? By saying, right, but kind of just like
you do. No,
right?
Don't do this.
Like,
don't do this.
Ambushing him, right?
Don't
Again,
do this passive aggressive shit. You're obviously ambushing
especially
me.
during.
We're
Listen,
going to spend the entire
during,
podcast talking about this one thing,
especially
because you need to virtue signal about it and talk about how you're not a pedophile. This entire conversation, which could have been like an interview or like we could have talked about my work or my ideas. I mean, the only thing anybody's going to take away from this is that you're not a pedophile.
And you are?
I don't know. I don't know your audience that well. Man,
question for you though, right? Have you ever watched child porn?
No.
Wait, so then like, why was you, I guess, unwilling to like answer like that question during one of like the previous? I think you were on.
Because watching child porn is an immoral. Well, first of all, I said in the Cuties review, I've never watched child porn. Second of all, it's an immoral, illegal act. It should be illegal, and it's wrong and harmful and destructive to society and bad for kids. You're paying somebody to rape kids on your behalf.
I'm proud of you, bro.
Maybe this could be the last.
Wait. The fact that you're still that it seems like you can't wrap your fucking head around that. So let me explain it to you.
Uh-oh.
Thinking something and feeling something is not the same as doing it. And if you cannot separate thoughts from actions, you are not going to be able to have a conversation with me that gets off the ground at all, because you're so like intent on distancing yourself from your own thoughts as if they're actions.
I've never thought
you can't tell, you honestly don't know the difference between a pedophile and a child molester.
We definitely do.
It doesn't seem like it.
What I'm saying is that behavior should still be condemned, right? Again, we should still be able to.
Yeah, you already said that.
They should seek help.
I can't believe now you're at the point where you're like, guys, let me repeat what I've been saying for the last 30 minutes.
He already
I heard you. I was there,
right?
motherfucker. I heard what you said for 30 minutes. You like a broken record. Stop talking.
But then why did you just say though?
Talking,
no, wait. Why did you just say then? Like, listen though. But why did you just say though?
I believe that the internet has created a wonderland for child abusers. I interviewed a police lieutenant who told me that most child porn now is created by children. People groom 8-year-olds into using their camera phones into taking pictures and videos of themselves. So the days of the white van are over. Now it's more about grooming and developing a relationship with an 8-year-old, which in the past would have been impossible. When I was a kid, the idea of a stranger having access to me and a private camera I had and the ability to send them pictures of myself would be unthinkably horrific to my parents. My parents were pretty shitty, but they would not have ever allowed that to happen. But now, because mommy and daddy want an iPad and want you to have an iPad so you'll have something to do while they ignore you, now every kid has a camera and has the ability, and now that these apps, the social media platforms are connecting strange adults who think that the girls and cuties are hot, to your children. And that's pretty bad. Is that I think that the platforms need to be held accountable for this, and platforms need to stop connecting adults to children.
I think like there's a video that people give you a bunch of flack for, right? I think you were like telling a story about how, you like took this girl home, and she was down with damn near everything. And then as soon as you like took your penis out and put it in position, she like wanted you to stop, but you still put it in. So do you think, one, is that rape, and would you categorize yourself as a rapist? And then two, like what's your response to, I guess, like the backlash like folks gave you for that video?
Yeah, I'm a rapist in addition to being a pedophile.
Hey, man. At least you said it. I ain't said it.
Anything else you want to say?
Nah. Can you, like, respond back to like that video though, of saying that you just had the urge to stick your dick in her after she, like clearly wanted things like to stop?
Why don't you just say what you think of it? Instead of trying to get me to say you want me to say what you think of it. Why don't you say what you think?
No.
This is a tip for your YouTube channel.
No, listen.
Instead of saying what other people think,
no, listen.
Try saying what you think.
Bro, trust me, bro, like, I'm good on YouTube, you feel me? I have to have like my success. But now I'm asking you.
There's different kinds of success.
I now have a channel and like you don't. So I would think that I've won that game, right?
Yes.
But
in that sense, you've won that game.
Yeah.
That's true.
But
any number is bigger than zero.
Yeah. But that was rape, right?
No, it's not a question. It's a statement. You're trying to say that was rape.
You,
so no,
from your point of view, is that rape?
I need you to reach down and find your balls and see if you can find a period somewhere in your balls and take it and put it at the end of that sentence instead of a question mark. So say, that was rape. And if you want to be a little bit of a bitch about it, you can say, I think that was rape. But asking me, if you watch the video, you already know what I think.
Because I understand why he's offended, because the video is about how consent is a nuanced thing and how there are these fringe cases like the one that he's discussing. And you seem kind of dead set on going with the most basic explanation, right?
No. Okay.
I just think that, like,
see how easy
I'm
it is.
Angry at you. I don't know you.
Oh, I know. Okay.
This kind of reminds me of the 16 Shot situation, where it's like the name calling or the accusations are not as good a way of going about the conversation as like
that's
asking
fine.
questions.
You want him
if
you want to come in hot, you can absolutely do that. What you need to do in the first 30 seconds of the conversation, say, hey, listen, I know you're probably expecting like an interview, but I'm going to ambush you. And I have a bunch of, no, shut the fuck up and let me finish. I have a bunch of problems with
you. Were pissed off.
Yes,
but
I already
what does that
said
do,
that.
Pointing that out?
No. I want you to compute this in your fucking head. Yes, I'm pissed off. Yes, I'm open about being pissed off. Yes, you've pissed me off. And yes, you've pissed me off because you remind me of a lot of other fucking really annoying people. Yes, so you can stop saying that. It's all out on the table. I find you incredibly
You're mad because
fucking...
we talk about your content.
Something that I feel like any criticism I give here, and I'm actually going to think I just hate him, or you guys are going to think I'm just being a hater or whatever. Something that Max needs to do. I think Flakko is, as much as we might not like him, we call him stupid or whatever. Flakko is a really good normie check. Well, is he a normie? He's into some pretty extreme online content. I'd say in this case, it's a pretty big normie check though. I think Max should probably be prepared that anytime he goes on these types of shows and has these types of conversations, he probably needs to figure out a way to, like, how do I take some of the more extreme shit that I've said and like make it palatable for audiences that are probably going to be primed to ultra disagree with what I'm saying, because his his shit is pretty controversial, like regardless of how you feel about it. So you have to be ready for the Flakkos, because the Flakko is probably gonna be the norm. You know, Adam 22 is this pretty out there dude that's like has an out there lifestyle, and he's gonna be able to engage with pretty wild concepts. But most people aren't, and I think you gotta be ready to have those types of conversations, and they're gonna be really challenging, and they're probably gonna be really frustrating too. But I mean, like you're dancing on like the edge of, well, past the edge of acceptability for most of the way you frame things, you know?
No, I'm mad because you can't have a fucking conversation. Here's the way to ambush me. If you want to do it without making yourself look like a little bitch, come into
The audience pretty unanimously shut on Flakko in the comments. Maybe. YouTube comment sections are the easiest comment sections to brigade, so it's always hard to tell. Like, I can't usually go by comment sections to know whether or not I feel like I did good or bad in a particular thing. Another good example is whenever Nick is on a show, like, oftentimes, at least the early comments that are heavily thumbs up are going to be like super gripe or positive ones. And the reason why is because YouTube comment sections, when you have a coordinated outside force, are very, very, very easy to brigade. But also, Flakko might also be kind of hated by the Adam 22 crew as well. But regardless, like, what I'm saying is that, like, if you want, like, you can pretend that, like, oh, this is a really good conversation because he's totally going to shut all over Flakko or whatever. That's fine. But I don't think he wanted to come here and fight with Flakko. He probably wanted to come here and present, like, his kind of unique view of the world and then get people to understand, like, this is how I think of the world and this is how I wish other people think of the world. You probably want that more than just, like, fighting with Flakko the entire time, you know?
The video is called Consent is Complicated. It's a video essay about how a lot of times no means yes. A lot of times maybe means yes. But also a lot of times yes means no. And legally, no means no and yes means yes. So legally, you can have sex with somebody who obviously doesn't want to have sex with you, who is trembling and shaking and uncomfortable. As long as they say yes, you are legally covered. But I don't think you're morally covered. I think that's wrong to have sex with somebody who does not want to have sex. And legally, if somebody says, I'm not ready, and then even if they want, I believe I was correct that she wanted me to her anyway. It seemed like she was excited by the idea that I couldn't hold back. Obviously, I'm not a good candidate for that because I have a lot of self-control, and I was like, I barely wanted to have sex in the first place. But I was like, okay, you want me to make you feel like you're 46, I'm 30, I'm a younger man, I'm so passionate and horny, I can't stop myself from raping you because you're so hot. Whatever. I was like, I'll play that part for you if that's what you want. It's not me, but it's cool. I would like it if people would be more honest, and I think if women were better at saying yes to sex, then it would be more clear when they're actually saying no.
What are your thoughts on drunk sex? Because
I don't drink. I don't drink.
Oh, you don't drink
reason.
at all? Okay.
I don't drink
that
for this.
Puts you almost in an even weirder position where if you were spending time with a woman and she was drinking, that you would be hyper aware of her sobriety, right?
Absolutely. I would not hook up with a drunk woman unless she consented. No, I just wouldn't hook up with her.
How could she consent?
Well, I've been.
She could consent beforehand,
right? Well, I've been 99.9% sober for like the last. I smoke weed, but I haven't drank in like 4 years. And there's constant scenarios where I end up in a nightclub or at a concert or backstage or something, whatever, and I'm totally sober, and there's a woman around me who is like rolling off Molly or drunk or whatever, and it occurs to me that if I was drunk or if I was fucked up,
it'd be okay.
She probably would not, she wouldn't seem out of bounds to me as a person at that moment because me being fucked up, I wouldn't have been able to really like tell that she was fucked up. Whereas me sitting here totally sober, she 100% does not seem like an eligible sex partner. She seems like a person that needs to be in the fucking drunk tank.
I think people I think we're too anti-sex, and I think if we were more sex positive, we wouldn't need to get drunk to have sex. It's just very weird to me that like in college.
I don't know if either of them will get on this, but this is my take, and I've gotten in trouble for this before, so we'll do it again because why not? I feel like if we didn't demonize sex so much, I feel like, or not demonize it, if we didn't stigmatize it so much, I feel like people wouldn't be as freaked the fuck out when they have like, what would I call them? Non-preferred sexual interactions. Like, not where you get raped, but like you have sex and it's either kind of bad or it kind of sucked, or you're kind of like, fuck, maybe I shouldn't have. But it feels like right now we don't have vocabulary to describe that. It's either rape or nothing, or like good sex. It's either good sex or rape. Like, that's it. But I feel like if we were a little bit more chill, people were like, okay, yeah, I had sex, it kind of sucked. Or I didn't, in retrospect, I was probably too drunk. I shouldn't have done that. And then like you're like, yeah, I should have done that, and you kind of move on. But since there's so much stigma around sex, we feel like we have to talk about it in like the most catastrophic, apocalyptic terms ever, which is a little bit annoying sometimes, I think.
You're horny, or at college age, you're horny, and other people are horny, and everybody knows everybody's horny. Everybody knows everybody wants to have sex, and yet for some reason you need to get completely shit-faced in order to do it. So I feel like if we accepted sex and sexuality more, like incapacitating yourself wouldn't need to be part of like the mating ritual.
I know, and it's so strange that is such a consistent thing in our culture. That like sometimes when I think about if I were to become single right now, being that I don't drink and don't want to drink, that it feels like there would just be countless awkward scenarios, because ordering a drink at the bar with a girl when you go on a date or whatever it feels like that's like the prelude to you guys eventually consummating this sexually, and that people look at you like you're a fucking weirdo if you don't drink. Maybe it would be different for
It is so true. It's interesting. At first I thought maybe it's just because of the type of people I hook up with, and maybe that's not like a common experience, but I said this on stream before. It's so true, and it's so weird. I'll meet a girl that I 5 times, and we're meeting up, and we're gonna that's what we literally meet. We meet it, we chat a little bit, and we know that we're going back to either my hotel or whatever. We're gonna and even so, she'll be like, do you have like a bottle of wine there, or can we go like get a couple drinks first? I'm like, why? She's like, I don't know, I feel like more comfortable, I guess, when I'm like a little bit tipsy. I'm like, what do you mean? Why are we doing this? It's like that's that requirement to have like just like a little bit to drink for somebody to feel comfortable. It's just very strange to me. But I guess like some people are. I also think benzos are really strange though. But I'm like a pretty relaxed person most of the time, so maybe it might be like the average person carries more anxiety than what I'm thinking of or than what I'm used to. And maybe alcohol helps to ease that a bit. So I don't know.
For me now, because I'm 38, and but I know for a fact that when I was like 21, that anytime I tried to like not drink when I was hanging out with girls who were drinking, that
It's
it was
weird.
infinitely awkward.
Yeah, they look at you weird too. Yeah, because if they're drinking too, the annoying part, here's the thing that I have a problem with. When they're drinking, they want you to drink. Because it used to be, they're like, oh, yeah, sure, if you want to drink, go for it. And they're like, well, aren't you going to have a drink? It's like, not really. I don't need to. I don't want to. I don't like alcohol. But then like, if you don't drink, then it feels weird. It's like,
Yeah, I never drank, so I wouldn't even know.
You're not even in the game, Flakko.
Nah, man. Nah. Like, again, like, just me personally, like, I feel like liquor and stuff would just, like, impair me past the point of, right? Because, I'm already off the edge.
It's better to just not engage, but
Yeah.
socially, it's the lubricant that makes this machine go. When you're in clubs and stuff, like I was at a wedding the other day, and I'm sober, my girl's sober, and at a certain point, I'm just like, holy every person in here is drunk as and having so much fun, and me and her are kind of stiff in comparison because we're not drinking.
Yeah, right here. So, like, how do you gauge, like, for example, how do you gauge a female is drunk? Because, like, if she's, let's say, like, after, like, 2 shots, again, I don't drink, so after 2 shots, she's tipsy.
I mean, it's different for everybody. I've known a million girls in my life who would be drunk beyond the point of no repair after 2 shots.
Is tipsy sex rape or no?
Tipsy, I would say, is like the area that is acceptable.
Okay.
But I mean, tipsy's all in the eyes of the beholder.
That's true. Because he actually got banned by J.P. Morgan. I'm like,
is he about to lose it on Flakko?
That's some next level
Like,
shit.
I ain't never seen anybody get banned for being racist.
What were you gonna say?
Flakko, every time you talk, I want to stick a screwdriver in my fucking ear.
Why?
Because I can't stand you. I feel like we should probably talk. I feel like we're just pretending that the whole
Sir.
first like hour of this didn't happen.
Oh no.
And it's like it's
I called
grating.
you out
It's
for
grating
being-
my.
I'm gonna go take a piss. You
Yeah,
guys can
right?
hash this out.
Adam's like, see ya.
Right? And you were, I guess, upset, right, that I brought up your work. You feel me? Which was the cutest thing. That's pedophile behavior, but
Did you hear me explain why I'm upset?
and you were upset because I'm talking now, even though the last hour is right. But again,
That's not why I'm upset.
I called you out for being a pedophile, and then
That's not why I'm upset.
rapist thing, right?
That's not why
And you
I'm
called
upset.
yourself a rapist, and I reinforced that and said, "Why do you think you were a rapist?" You feel me?
I know what
And now
happened.
you upset.
That's not why I'm upset.
Okay, why are you upset?
Because you're passive aggressive
Not at all.
I think he's aggressive, to be fair.
and
right?
underhanded.
I'm underhanded for asking you questions about your work. Now, I feel like I was pretty bold in there, right? You feel me? And you asked to be called a pedophile. I called you a pedophile. You feel me?
I don't think you're bold.
Hey, man, that's your opinion.
Yes. So anyway, the reason I'm upset is that it's fine if you want to argue with me or argue with my beliefs or to call me a disgusting person. A lot of people do that. That doesn't bother. It bothers me a little bit, but it doesn't bother me that much. What bothers me is this conversation killing inability to actually engage with what I'm saying, and combined
I was engaging with Adam as well.
I can't stand passive aggressiveness.
I think
it really frustrates my nerves.
I think you have severe mental issues, bro. Right? You know, again, and you see it as, yo, like I brought up, I guess, like your past, and I think you thought that it was a secret. I don't see how, right? And now you are just like so upset that you can't control your anxiety, but your anger for some reason, bro.
I'm not trying to control my anger. The point of going on a podcast is to be interesting. Controlling your feelings is not interesting. It's boring. Well, if you were like a cop, I would control my anger.
But shaking,
yes sir, yes sir, no sir, yes, well, yes, I wouldn't be shaking.
And you know why? Like
my hand
I'm
would
calm
be
right
steady.
now, bro. Right? Listen, I can
pretend
right
to be
now.
calm. Yeah, I'm good for you. I can pretend to be calm, but there's no reason for me to pretend I'm not mad at you. You're annoying. So I'm going to express my anger openly.
Be mad, but shaking with anxiety comes off as some severe sicko shit.
Okay, fine. That's fine. I'm coming off as a severe sicko to you. Again, I don't. Yes, I don't care. What did you think that I thought was
so
a
then what's
secret?
The point of
why would you
last
think
5 minutes?
That I don't want to have a casual conversation with you?
Yeah, so
I don't want to chat about how tipsy somebody is before it's rape. I don't want to talk about this shit with you.
So what?
So all I want to talk about is how annoying you are.
And then all I want to talk about
you said
how you raped. It's how you raped a female and then admitted that you were a rapist and then bragged about it in this coy, weird video, right? Trying to like brag about it and like toe that line.
Okay, do you think I should go to jail?
Too, right? And then also
do you think I should go to jail?
If you believe that was rape, which you said, I think you should.
So the
and if she also believes it as well.
No. Based on what I've said, do you think I should be arrested?
Based on what you said in terms of, yes, I think that's rape, I would assume if you think that's rape, then she probably thinks that's rape as well, so yes.
Okay, so based on what, just yes or no, you f***ing spineless f***, do you think I should be arrested?
I just told you.
Yes or no, do you think I should be arrested?
She never even had a complaint.
Yes. Okay,
right?
do you think it's okay for rapists
right?
Do you think it's okay for rapists to go free?
Nigga, I just told you, you should be in jail based on you saying that you that girl.
Then why don't you call the cops?
Bro, listen, like that's such a stupid argument, bro. Cause one, I don't even know like if that story is true or not, right? And then two, I don't even like know the girl. How can I call the police and say, listen, this piece of shit YouTuber,
you only
right?
How can I call the police? A rapist if you know the girl? You fucking spineless liar.
Listen, bro. Listen.
You're so full
How
of
do we
shit.
know that story is true? You're a pathological liar. Like, come on, bro.
So if I came on here and I said, hey, listen, I got a weird thing to tell you guys. I've never told anybody this before, but last night I raped a girl in the parking lot. And you'd be like, are you serious, bro? Are you serious? I would never rape anybody. Are you serious, bro? I'd say, yeah, I'm serious. I raped a girl in a parking lot at knife point. Jesus. You wouldn't call the cops?
If you told me you raped a girl
yes, that's what I just said. So don't repeat everything I say. Just answer the question.
And I believe
I told you I raped
police.
a girl at knife point, and I raped a girl at knife point last night.
Raped a girl?
Would you call the cops, yes or no?
Yes. Raped somebody?
Okay. So it doesn't actually matter if I think it's rape or if she thinks it's rape.
That's
or if
a stupid argument, bro.
No,
that's the most, bro.
Yes,
listen, bro. That's an idiotic ass argument, my nigga.
Okay.
That's stupid as.
That's
how
right.
is that the same?
Once you're done,
how is that the same as me seeing? How is that the same as me seeing a random ass YouTube video about you talking about how she said no and you stick your penis in there?
Let me break it down for you.
So you coming to us as friends and telling us you raped the girl last night.
If you saw a random ass YouTube video of me saying that I raped a girl in a parking lot at knife point, and I was still free, do you think you would have some obligation to notify the authorities?
if I seen a random YouTube video, me personally, again, I wouldn't call, because again, I don't know if that story is even credible.
So, okay, so then I'm on here
Or
and
not.
I retell the story on your podcast. I am now sitting across from you in
You're
front
on
of you.
Zoom, bro.
Yeah, I understand. I'm sitting on your show telling you the same story. So let's do the hypothetical. You saw a random video and you say, like, listen, I saw this video where you said you raped a girl. Is that true? And I say, yeah. Let me tell you the story again. I raped a girl at knife point in a parking lot. You wouldn't contact the authorities?
Back to your story. You stated that
No,
you
I
raped
know.
that. You
See,
raped
this
that
is
girl
why-
last
This
night.
is why I can't stand you.
Those
You
words
can't
came out
answer
of-
a question.
No,
You
listen,
cannot
no, listen,
answer a
'cause you're trying to-
hypothetical question.
no.
You're a liar. You're so full of
How am
shit.
I a liar?
If you-
How?
Do you want me to-
Listen.
do you
How
want
am
me
I
to
a liar?
explain it?
No. Right. Listen.
No.
Why?
I can
Listen.
answer your question. Oh,
why?
it's one of those things where
why?
you're pretending to ask a
Why I
question, but
don't
you're actually
address
making a
those
statement.
bullshit
I
ass
get it. You're not
hypothetical,
really-
right? Because
you're not
those
really
are
asking
your
a
attempts to
question.
muddy up the water. I'm talking about your story to where you admit it and say, yes, I'm a rapist. I raped that girl. Cool. I believe that you should be in jail if that story is credible and true. Will I'll waste my time trying to figure out if that story is credible or true? No, maybe listen. Right, again,
Okay,
maybe
so now
listen.
now
Maybe
you're pivoting to the reason you're not.
again, maybe
contacting
I'm a
the
bad
authorities-
person for
the
not
reason you're
believing that shit, but cool. Feel me?
The reason you're not contacting the authorities about an admitted rapist talking to you on your show that you are platforming is because you think the story might not be true?
Again, I'm not platforming you. Feel me? This is Adam's, the whole deal. You feel me? Like, you feel me? Like,
Oh, you,
right?
you are. By sitting there, you are platforming.
How?
Because you're going to go back.
How am I
and you're gonna
platforming?
talk
I don't
about this,
control
and your-
nothing here.
Your fans are going to want to watch this. This is probably going to be the best video you've ever made. Is this conversation with me,
Bro, you're a nobody.
You looking
How?
like a complete fucking idiot,
Bro, listen,
being unable
bro.
to answer. Unable to answer.
You
the
are
most simple-
nobody, my guy. So how
being
the
able
fuck
to-
would this be quote unquote my best video?
It's not. Yeah, I'm not talking about my star power. That's going to make it your best video. It's the conversation.
Hell no. I've had better conversations with better people.
What do you think, Adam?
I just think because we had this problem before, MrGirl, where Flakko interviewed a young YouTuber named 16 Shot on Visuals, and Flakko kept calling him a clout chaser to his face over and over, and the podcast ended with him spitting in Flakko's face, and it kind of feels like he's driven you to a similar place.
I would never spit in Flacco's face.
Like, I feel like the name calling is just like a bad route to take as a podcaster.
I'm not upset that you're talking about my content. I'm upset that the way you talk prevents conversation from being possible because you will not follow my train of thought to understand what I'm saying. You won't answer hypothetical questions to stress test the stupid shit you're saying, and you won't stop repeating yourself and just blabbing
not
over and
answering
over
stupid
again.
hypothetical
Even right
questions,
now,
bro.
you're interrupting me because you can't shut the fuck up.
All you
You're
do
just
is interrupt.
you're-
You know who you are? You're MrGirl. All you do is fucking interrupt. Listen, bro, like you out here trying to like victim blame,
well,
right?
I was not able to answer your question because
You were
couldn't
here
shut the
trying to
fuck up.
play victim, right? Because that YouTube channel got taken
I'm not
down.
the victim. I'm going to
And now you're
victimize
here
you.
trying to make yourself
Trust
look
me.
better,
Trust
bro.
me, dude.
Stop it,
No,
man.
I'm not trying to make myself look better.
Bro, it's disgusting.
I'm just trying to make you look stupid or help you make yourself look stupid.
Bad job at doing it.
We'll see.
Okay.
MrGirl, what would be your advice for Flakko moving forward from
Go
this
fuck
conversation?
yourself. No, seriously, my advice for Flakko moving forward. What's his
Yo,
goal?
dude's an idiot, man.
Flacco's goal is to make himself look clean
You don't know Flakko then.
and good.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Flacco. Oh my God, is Flacco a controversial figure? You just bragged about not getting banned from YouTube.
No, listen. I ain't bragging
shit.
about what I said was right. Like
Your success at not getting banned.
No.
Because my content was too controversial. I never broke TOS. My content was so controversial, I got banned. You're bragging that you didn't, but now you're like, oh, you don't know Flacco.
Who bragged about
okay,
it?
So Adam, I need. If I'm going to give Flacco advice, which I would love to do, I want to know what his goal is.
Probably,
Advice to-
I think his goal is to be a prominent hip hop personality.
Like a rapper,
No, like a commentator
a prominent commentator.
in the rap space, probably mostly. Yeah.
Okay. Well, when you watch Sway in the Morning, do you see him being like, Eminem, do you think that what you said in the song Kim was abusive to women? Do you think that maybe you are an abusive partner? And then he's like, well, it's a song. And he's like, no. Yeah, I think you should look at the greats and maybe model yourself after that.
Wait, question. Why do you think that like that funny voice that validates like your point even
Love your
further?
conversation.
Oh, the
Thanks
straw
for
man
all the
voice
good
gets
laughs
called
and
out.
Smiley face.
Uh-oh.
Bro, listen, again, right? Like, I don't even understand, like, and here's the whole thing, right? Because again, and I was cool playing it back, and he asked me to call him these names, right? And then once I do it, he's now shaking with anxiety, panicking, angry, looking like he's like distressed.
I'm distressed because all of my life I have had people like you trying to smother me, and they're pretty good at it. I don't think you'd call the cops on me, but I think you'd report my channel.
No,
Why not?
I don't. Again, like me personally, I don't report no channels. You feel me, right? Because again, I'm a YouTuber too, bro. Like, that's fucked up.
Okay. It's not your views that are bothering me. It's not your views about my work. It's the way that you're incapable of having a conversation about it.
I didn't babble at all. I like asked you about the question, and then you asked me for my opinion. I gave you my opinion.
Okay, well, I guess we'll just
and
have to agree
you
to
feel me?
disagree. I don't want to.
And you never liked it,
Yes, I don't like anything that you're saying.
and vice versa, my brother. Vice versa.
Okay.
Okay. Mr. Girl, I think we should do another conversation in the future because this went in a sort of specific direction.
Okay. That sounds good.
Yeah, but I definitely think we should have another conversation, especially once we see the fallout from this.
Jesus Christ.
It's so annoying
can't-
that I'm going to have to watch like a whole Destiny video of him reacting to this.
And then
He's gonna. Yeah. I'm starting to really,
Oh, no.
really hate his audience.
Oh, really? Why?
Yeah, because I love Steven, with all my heart, but his audience is, I don't know what it is. It's like every time I do something that he wouldn't do, they hate it. So like, if Steven were on here, Steven would have made Flakko look stupid, but he would have done it in a different way. He wouldn't have done it by freaking out. He wouldn't dig his heels in. He'd probably just like come up with some counter arguments that make you look stupid, and then he'd probably just ignore you for the rest of the time.
I had a great conversation though with Destiny for like 2 hours. No, 3 hours.
No, yeah, I'm saying if you came at him the way you came at me.
I wouldn't comment Destiny. Why? Because he never admitted to saying, yes, I'm a rapist. I raped this. Yeah.
Anyway, his audience is going to criticize me for.
Apparently, MrGirl here said that I did say I was a rapist. I think he was kind of misquoting some sexual assault shit, but it was kind of funny. I wish I would have got the reaction from it.
Getting stuck or looping or getting stun locked. When like from my point of view, I'm just like, no, I just don't want to fucking pretend that I can't, I want to pretend this isn't happening. Mm-hmm. And they're going to say, oh, he's so honest. So he's going to say that he's honest, but really he's just a narcissist and just can only blah, blah, blah. I can't stand it. I can't fucking stand them. I don't like the idea that they're so parasocially attached to Destiny, that if you do anything different from what Steven would do, they just like latch onto it and like can't stop fucking talking about it. It's really annoying. So yeah, I can't. I dread it. I dread watching the response, reading the comments. I can't fucking stand it.
Right. Yeah, I had a guy come up to me in the airport, like an airport employee the other day, and it was just like, bro, I had no idea that you were a part of the Taliban. And oh my God. And it was so weird to just like, at that moment, realize that this guy has spent hundreds of hours of his life consuming the same content that I have that I really didn't have to, but I guess we're probably better people for it.
For
Perhaps.
watching Steven's stuff?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, Steven's a great guy, and his content is great. As I said, I love him, but
Wait, why do I not have
fans, they really piss me off.
Right.
They really, really piss me off.